This video is a bit different than my usual ones. I normally talk about project management processes, methodologies, guidelines, etc. This video is more about my opinion and observations, and it's about remote working and hot desking or hotelling. This is gradually becoming more acceptable as a way of working, but it's still not very popular, or it wasn't. With this lockdown many of us are experiencing, we may find that it's a kickstart to accepting a new way of working. Hopefully those managers who have been against remote working or who have been afraid to make that leap will find that they can trust their team to carry out their tasks in an effective and timely manner. Managers who feel they needed to micromanage may realise that their fears were unfounded and that their team members can work efficiently without constant check-in. With efficient and effective technology, remote working can work very well. I know it's not good for everyone. Some interface with the public, so remote working is not an option. Some do not have suitable locations for effective home working, but for those that do, it would lessen the strain of peak traffic and overcrowding of public transport, plus reduce organisations' overheads. For those who do have to go into their place of work, it would also alleviate some of their stress and commute time when less commuters are using the road. Remote working can create a better environment for flexible hours. If people make it clear when they aren't available, and as long as they produce their deliverables when required and available when required, everything should work well as if they were in their office. Some people prefer the office environment. I actually do, but I hate commuting. My ideal is to go into the office once or twice a week, hence hot desking and hotelling being a more viable and cost-effective work environment for organisations. Not having to commute saves me 2 hours a day. That can be spent on more productive and enjoyable things rather than sitting in traffic jams or on crowded public transport. Some colleagues I've worked with in the past actually spent 4 hours a day commuting. Such a waste of time. I don't know how they coped. It would drive me mad. Sometimes at the beginning of a project, when a team is just forming, it can be difficult to work remotely, and at this stage it may be better that there's more office working. That might be more beneficial until the project and the project team is more established. Now, the lockdown we find ourselves currently in has had more challenges than normally experienced with remote working. IT systems may not have been in place. There's lack of equipment, laptops, etc. The network may be overloaded due to the sheer number of users. So more flexible working times need to be arranged at times like this, working offline as much as possible, and just go online to upload and download documents and to touch base with people. But even with touching base with people, you can give team members other methods to contact you. Skype, FaceTime, applications like Microsoft 365. These are very good for video meetings, chats and emails. For those who often work from home, there may be more challenges for them at the moment because their families are home, whereas normally the children would be at school or daycare. There are those who struggle to work from home. Maybe they lose motivation or they're not self-disciplined enough. At work and at home, I tend to set myself personal goals and deadlines to prevent me from procrastinating, and it also helps me to get things done in a more timely manner. Hopefully this lockdown doesn't go on for too much longer, but I do hope it sets a precedence for more remote and flexible working to reduce the commuting. It gives a potential for less accidents and injuries on the roads, frees up people's times to less air pollution. Just my thought for the day. Thanks for listening. Perhaps you'd like to leave comments of what your working preference is. It would be interesting to know. Until the next time, thanks for listening.